Peace and love, peace and love. So I'm going to let some people get in here because I did not even announce that I was going to go live for this new moon in Aquarius. I normally announce it, but I did not, and all is well. It's not going to be long. It's just a quick overview over what the new moon in Aquarius represents, what this means for us, starting over and starting fresh in new areas in our life, and things to look out for. And just there's so many shifts taking place right now. So I know a lot of people are like, what is going on? Because of that stellium in Aquarius. So you got the sun there, the moon is here, Mercury is there, Venus is there, Jupiter, Saturn is there. You got all these planets and major things taking place in Aquarius right now. And so a lot of people are feeling shifts because Aquarius, the sign itself, peace and love, Portia. Aquarius, the sign itself, already takes on shifts and changes and all of that. And so, peace and love. Yeah, it's not many people on here right now. And I'm going to be honest, I was watching some other lives. It's almost like everybody decided to go live at the same time. Because I was sitting here watching this brother's live. And then I looked at the time and I was like, oh, shoot, I said I was going to go live. And so that's what made me go ahead and jump on and go live. But yeah, I be like really stuck onto other people's videos because everybody has something interesting to talk about, which is why a lot of people might be going live. This goes back into what I'm discussing, the new moon in Aquarius. Everybody has something to talk about, something to share, something to say, and this is based off of the confidence and courage from the past couple of weeks from that full moon in Leo. So a lot of people, building up on that power in areas to express and all those things. So now a lot of people are being more social, are communicate more, interacting with other people, making those new connections, fellowshipping, like I said, circulating. All of that is what's necessary right now. And so as we're about to be transiting to the sun being in Pisces, these last few degrees of Aquarius are very vital, very important, and it goes back to your connections and relationships. This is also talking about your mind. So, the information that you have been taking in, the things you've been learning, but also what Mercury has been showing you as it's been retrograding. You want to take all this information with you moving forward, going into Pisces season. Peace and love, most definitely. So going into Pisces season, you guys, Pisces is a very watery, dreamy, sometimes confusing sign. Okay, and so this is why the shadow work of having expression and power and being able to speak our mind and beep our horn during Aquarius season was very important. Also, taking this retest during this retrograde is important. Things you needed to see, relationships you needed to pay attention to, that unfinished business, cleaning up your room, your mind, body, and spirit so that you can be ready to move forward. So like a lot of things have needed to be seen. Okay, the drama, all of it. I always say that you needed to see it because you need to know what these things look like as you move forward and as you ascend. You need to know what the betrayal looks like, the lies look like, the deception. You have to see it. And so the retrograde, also I call it forgiveness. Unfinished business sometimes in another way, fixing things, mending things, and that's why I say changing your answer to a person, a situation, or some type of opportunity. So jobs call back, friends call back, clients, all types of people contact you during a retrograde. And that goes back to not everybody's always going to be the same. A lot of people change. So the retrograde is our unfinished business or the clarity you needed, or people have changed their clothes, all right? Changed their mind, changed the way they go about things. And so that's why the universe will spin them back into your space to see, are you sure this time? So reunions are always during the retrograde. People trying to work things out, all of those things is very good and very important. But with this stellium here, it's very important to pay attention to that because moving forward, all of this has a lot to do with your purpose. Your purpose, what you're here to do in the first place, whatever your assignment is. And so all this Aquarius season was for you to connect to the right people. Some people you've never met, some people you had to reconnect with because there was something that they needed or you needed, or there's something about you guys and your connection. There's an assignment here. So that's why it's always like musical chairs during a retrograde. We're moving stuff around, we're shifting stuff around, or I always call it furniture moving. You have to completely redecorate things in your life. So that's why that full moon in Leo, the universe, like I said, was pulling everything from under our bed or revealing things, and the Mercury retrograde is making us sort through each thing, each relationship, each situation that we have to play over and decide, does that really work for me with certain people in certain situations? And so this new moon following now, this new moon is just amazing because this is that new start. This is that gift a lot of people are getting, everything that the universe promised from the past couple of weeks, because that full moon was the end of a cycle. All right, so that new moon, oh, thank you. Peace and y'all, peace and love, everybody. Peace and love. I didn't even think nobody was going to really jump on here because it's some people that I admire that, like I said, they went live the same time, and I was like, man, I'm missing they live, and I was like, I don't know who's going to watch mine, so I'm glad y'all on here. Thank you. But most definitely, that, the new moon in Leo, you guys, won't be until like July. So that's why that full moon was the end of a cycle from things from last year. For you to take care of that shadow work, take care of those things. And now you need to speak on the things that need to be said. You know, you need to have confidence. Sorry, I don't know if I have something in my nose. Oh! Okay, sorry. Hold up. I don't know why I feel. That might have been my hair. I be feeling like I have something in my nose. Anyway, but speaking on things that need to be said, that need to be spoke on. And that's why the shadow work was the confidence you have. When things are going very right, that's why I say shooting our shot, walking into an opportunity, saying what it is you do, expressing your gifts, showing it to everybody, and, you know, being a superstar wherever you are. But that was for you to collect your bliss. But the shadow work was also covering up, or I would say coming out with wherever you're not confident, where there's disharmony, where there's disloyalty, where there's betrayal, things going on behind your back that could also disappoint you, you know, and take away from you or discourage you. And so wherever you want to multiply it, we have to go back in and, you know, fix or take away from whoever's taken away from where we're trying to get bigger at. And so that's why the shadow work was, whether you are being trifling, all right, we have to work on our own behaviors. And so where we overexpress, which Leo can do, overexpressing, oversaying something, not knowing when to be quiet, not knowing when to settle down or observe, is in lower self. Also, not speaking up when you need to. So that's why I say Leo is your horn. Leo is your horn in traffic, and Leo is also the music and higher self. And so Leo knows when to beep the horn, but also they know when to lay off of it. And when you don't know when to or how to or however, this is what causes the accidents, the mistakes, and things that don't go right in traffic of life. So that's why I say we all have to know how to, you know, use our vehicles correctly so that we can attract what we want and also not have what we don't want. Okay, that's the power of it. And so this new moon is bringing you around, spinning you around to those new people, new situations, and opportunities with the confidence. When the shadow work is covered, meaning when my solar plexus is clear and everything here is honest and pure, and I've worked on it and I've acknowledged where I was, you know, dishonest, or where I may have went wrong, or maybe even betrayed someone else, even in ignorance when you didn't realize it. But also acknowledging when someone else has done you wrong and wronged you. That is a thing. And not just acknowledging it, you guys, being able to speak on it. Because a lot of us, our eyes work, but our mouth don't work. We'll see something and we think, oh, just observing it and recognizing it is a thing. But you have to understand that you are a planet and you also work for the universe. And you sometimes have to use your words to let somebody else know what they did, and the universe is using you to correct them. And this is why being expressive and sometimes saying, hey, you did that, that hurt me, that bothered me, that violated me, is important, because sometimes other people in their ignorance don't know what they've done. They really don't. And some people are very much with intent know what they did. So I always say ignorance and intent in people's behaviors, and that helps you measure your relationship with them. Some people don't mind fixing what you point out, and that's in the ignorance. They don't realize it. They did not realize it. They didn't know until they knew, until you told them. Okay? But there are some people who knew very much what they were doing. And that goes back to sometimes having to call out a demon or a low frequency energy. And they don't like light, and they don't like being exposed, but you have to do it sometimes. And so this is why Leo challenges Scorpio. And no, Scorpio is not the most horrible sign, and I'm not saying that they're anything horrible, but in lower self they can be. But what I am saying is Leo is the one who comes in and exposes and is loud and is bright and is letting you know truth or however what is going on in the situation. And so you want to be sure that you are speaking on things. And that's why I say beeping horns, right? Because if Leo is the horn, Scorpio Scorpio is the salvage yard or Scorpio is the wreck. So this is why you beep your horn before you even have to end up there, right? Before you even have to make the repairs or make the amends or even have to fix something with somebody. That's why we speak up so things don't go too bad or you don't go in debt, which is also Scorpio energy, going in debt and owing something or being guilty about something. And so this is why that's very important. Moving forward, like I say, with this new moon, meeting those new people now. Now we're not shocked about the opportunities that came into our space because I was honest, because I was honorable, because there was honor in everything that I was doing. So I naturally attract those things. But repulsive behaviors, okay, so you also have to understand the law of repulsion, which is the opposite of the law of attraction. The law of repulsion will bring things that you did not clear with the universe when you asked for it, but also where your own behaviors come back through other people. So wherever people missed out on opportunities or things didn't go into their favor this month, for one, you are retrograding, you're taking a test. So some of that is not on you. Sometimes the universe is just saying, hey, I'm about to test you really quick. But also sometimes it is you. Okay, and sometimes it's where you're not paying attention at, and sometimes, like I say, if you didn't do your shadow work, yeah, you're not getting that gift. No, you can't go outside and play, and no, you can't have fun. And so some people may have been experiencing that, and so the Mercury retrograde or any retrograde gets a really bad rep, but if you've done your shadow work and you're aligned, the retrograde is nothing but, I would say, extra credit. You know, for people who are aligned. The retrograde is something for, if you go back and see something that you needed to see, you get extra points for that, because that's what it's for, you know. But if you were already confused in lower self and not aligned, yeah, you further and further away from your destination. Yeah, you further and further away, and you need direction. And so, and that's fine too, but you have to be honest with that and acknowledge that as well to even get the help you need. And so I want to keep going back to that because Leo, like I say, opposes Aquarius. For you to get all these blissful things, these surprises, all these unexpected things that Aquarius brings you, you have to be honorable in Leo. You have to do those things. And so you have to do what Leo tells you to do to align with Aquarius. Same thing with Aquarius. All right, to be innovative, to be creative, to be that influencer, to be a person holding power in the room. Yeah, you got to go through the crowd. You got to know everybody. You can't just get the respect because because that's Leo in lower self is full of ego and think everybody just supposed to know. No, you have to put in the work before we know. And so that's why Aquarius works through the crowd, moves through the crowd. They're very friendly. They get to know people. So even though they're not on stage, when they finally do get on stage, you surprise everybody screaming their name because they have personal relationships with everybody in the crowd. Leo just want to jump on the stage. Don't want to shake a hand or nothing. They just want to be Beyonce. And so that's why I say in order to align yourself, you got to do both. You got to be amazing and bright and special, but you also got to know how to shake hands and get to know people and talk to people. Now, on the other end of that, that's why I say if you're not honorable, yeah, you're going to meet a whole lot of lying people. Yeah, a lot of people are going to disrespect you. A lot of people are going to, throw rocks, hide their hands, be shady, facetious, the whole deal. But if you're not doing those things, that's why I say you're not going to get those repulsive behaviors. And so that's why you're naturally going to walk into situations, which goes back to better believe it when beautiful things are happening to you, because you can believe it when bad things are happening to you. You can believe your struggles. Please believe your ascension. And a lot of us, like I said before, don't believe in our ascension, but you trust that pain. You know about that lesson. Trust yourself. Trust yourself when the beautiful things walk into your space, but also trust yourself where you went wrong at, so that when things do go wrong or when things don't go the way you expected, sometimes it's also because you messed up somewhere. And people who are aligned don't question things and don't have to say, why me? People who are aligned, like I say no more. They already know, whether it's good or bad. You walk into a situation, say no more, because you knew it already. You knew it. You set yourself up for it. You manifested it. You planned the whole thing out. Say no more. All right. But also, because you're honest with yourself, you acknowledge where you're wrong and you're accountable. Okay. Alignment is also say no more when things go wrong, when you lose people, when you lose things, when things get pulled from under you. Say no more, because you're also honest with yourself. And sometimes, okay, I always say the best eye doctor is the universe, because the universe will help you see sharper, better than your eye doctor ever will. Okay, the universe will shift the situation for you to see it a lot more clear. Okay, it will bring things out. It will take things out, bring things in. However, just so you can see things better. You see your friends better, all right, through the betrayal, through things that go wrong. You see those things a lot clearer. So that's why I say you have to lose somebody. You have to lose a person. Certain things have to happen. And the universe, like I say, moves that furniture around for you to see better. Whether it's talking about your destination, whether it's talking about the things that are meant for you, the things you already planned for. The point is, you have to have sharp eyes, all right? And you have to sometimes, like I say, you don't have to be moved. Universe will move things for you to see what you need to see. That's the best eye doctor, all right? Sometimes you got to go through a situation. You didn't know who your family was, your friends was. You didn't even know yourself, all right? You didn't even know the whole value of a real dollar until you lost it. All those things. But they help you with your sight, you guys. They help you with your sight. And so that's why I say it's not really how we see things, what's going right for us or what's going wrong for us. It's what you're experiencing and what you already know about yourself, okay, and what your relationship with the divine is. And if you don't have one, tap in, you guys. You can have whatever you like. You really can. The universe is truly like your sugar daddy. You really can have everything you want when you're in tune. And that's why I say you're not shocked when the great things happen, but you're not mad when things don't go your way, because you also know that there's something else behind that. You're not mad at your lessons. You're not mad at anything. You've never lost anything when you're in tune. You'll see that the universe has to, you got to lose that $50 from that friend just to see if that was really your friend. Somebody got to, sleep with your man. They got to take from you. They got to do those kind of things for you to really be able to zone in and be like, oh, that's what that was. And so, you'll think somebody is this, you'll think somebody is that. And it takes certain situations for the universe to be like, you sure? And so that's why we also have to have retrogrades, because the retrograde is also what? Your eye doctor. Okay? The retrograde is always going to ask you, are you sure? Because the universe is always going to say, oh, you sure? Oh, you like him? Oh, you like her? Oh, that's your job? Oh, that's what you about to do? Okay, let me show you something right quick. Okay? And so this is what's been happening. Let me show you something right quick. So if you can't sleep at night, you can't rest at night, you can't think straight, fine. Yeah, you're not supposed to right now. Okay? So that's why even with this new moon, the universe is saying, trust me. All right? Because at a new moon, you can't see it, right? This is a lunar eclipse, because during the full moon, that's a solar eclipse. During a lunar eclipse, you can't see it, right? And so that's why you have to have the most trust during a lunar eclipse and during a new moon. And so that's why it's showing you starting fresh, you starting new, but we're also starting with a whole lot of faith, because I can't see. All right, because you can see that full moon. You know what's coming your way. The full moon, you're in receive mode, but in the new moon, you're the most humble. Okay, you're the most humble, and you have to be the most gracious. And this is also because you're asking for something, and this is also when you write down, I always say, your grocery list, because mama going to the store, right? She'll come back when it's full, true? So this is why you receive during the full moon. So that's why I say take this time now, the things that have happened, and if you're on the receiving end of chaos and drama that Aquarius brings us, that's fine too, because that's showing you where you weren't aligned at, but it also shows you where to get back on track at. And so it's fine if you weren't aligned, because all of our alignment this month was to grab the gift, to grab that Jupiter, to grab that sun. Right now, grab that moon. Mercury, Venus, Saturn, all those planets that we were supposed to go over there and walk right across the street and grab it. And they had something for all of us. And anybody who didn't get it, that didn't meet new people, that didn't circulate, or all of those things, yeah, you're not aligned. Okay? And that's fine, because sometimes your alignment is just for the disappointment, just so you can get back on track. Sometimes you got to go down that, that dirt road into that, just to the end of the road, and there's nothing there, that dead end, just to know you was going the wrong way. That's quite okay as well. So sometimes you got to go the wrong way to go the right way, and that's fine. And your wrong way turns into your shortcut. After a while, that is your wisdom. And so it's okay. You've never been wrong before, you guys. And so it'll help you not beat up on yourself, because Aquarius will definitely make you do that. And with all those planets right there, there could be a lot of disappointment and discouragement on the other end if we don't have will. All right? You have to have will in your heart, your solar plexus, and your body, and your courage, but also you got to have the right will to your steering, to your vehicle, okay? You got to have will to your will, all right? And you have to know how to turn and what to do, or even when to park that thing, all right? And right now, you in park right now, because Mercury, Gemini, and Virgo has a whole lot to do with your steering, all right? And Virgo has a whole lot to do with your speed limit right now. And right now, Mercury is on, break right now. Mercury is on vacation. So everything that Aquarius is telling you to do, you don't have Mercury to help you think right now or make those decisions, which is why we don't make decisions during retrogrades. So with this new moon, these new people, new situations that we're in, social settings that we're going to be in, we don't go together yet. So don't tell anybody yes. You don't tell anybody we're going to do this. Don't give anybody your word. You want to wait until the retrograde is over. Now, even if you do, and if there are, situations where you have to, I always say renew your contract, renew your vows, whatever situation you have to do. You just simply have to sign something during the retrograde. Do it over. I need a redo when my eyes are back. And so you always tell somebody, hey, let me look at that contract again. Let's just do that over again. Renew your vow. Whatever it is you have to do it again after the retrograde so that you can be clear. And because your mind is back, your pen is back, it has ink in it, you can write a whole lot better. Everything is more legible when Mercury is going back direct, you guys. So I wanted to make sure I said that, especially for people who have like Leo in the 7th house, even Leo in the 1st house, like all of that, especially but specifically Leo in the 7th, 8th house. Yeah, that's a no-no. You tell everybody no. All right, because that's definitely talking about your contracts, connections, all of those things, agreements and meetings you're having with people. That's a no-no. I don't care if it's your car. I don't care if it's a house, a lease, any of those things. You need to go back over it. All right. And so that's why this new moon is for some people is telling you to release, but it's also telling you to surrender from things that have went wrong in the past couple of weeks. And so in the past couple of weeks, a lot of people have endured a lot of drama and things that did not go in their favor. And that goes back to, for one, I didn't do the shadow work, but also for two, it took away from my bliss. And so you want to pay attention to that as well. And that's why I say you're never wrong. You're learning. You're learning. You have to learn. And so we all have to learn. We got to know what our vehicle do. We got to know when to put oil in it, when to, all of those things in your real vehicle and in your body. So you have to make mistakes so you know not to do it again. All is well. And so peace and love, everybody. Peace and love. I apologize, y'all. I didn't even name y'all by name. I'm just talking. Roger, Prince Eli, Destiny, Taleli, Aziza, KJ Law, Kwame, Sun Tzu, Deshaun, Joe. Peace and love, everybody. Just gotta, everybody like to hear their name, because I do when I be watching people live. So look, let me say your name. But thank y'all for watching. But yeah. So you want to talk about where you can be influential at. And this is what this is talking about too. Where you can be the most influence and where your gift can be used the most was what Aquarius season was about. And so that's why you had to come across people you've never been across, talking to them, doing things, all of that. And like I said, Jupiter and Saturn is like your dad and your uncle telling you to come out your room and dance, and they're going to give you some money, right? And so this is why Jupiter and Saturn is close together like that. And you're supposed to be dancing all year, really, because they're going to be there for you to get that bliss. So you can't be shy, right now with that transit. You can't be shy. You got to come out here and dance. You got to show everybody what you're doing. Because in lower self, Leo is shy, Leo has fears and all of that, but Aquarius is the stage and Aquarius is the crowd, and they saying, man, get out here. We want to see what you can do. Okay. And so all is well with that, you guys. It's a beautiful time to just shine. It's a lot of people, a lot of us in our 30s and 40s and 50s, like really getting to express ourselves and have that confidence we never got to have, and really getting to be who we really are. Because listen here, you ain't going to be here forever. So you want to be able to say that you lived your life and lived it well, and you served your purpose, and you came in and came out and just came and did what you were supposed to do. And so your fears and things from when you were young and growing up and what your family think and what people growing up, that you grew up with think about you, don't let that detour you and take you away from what you're actually supposed to be doing. So stay strong in what you're supposed to be doing. Stay strong in your gift stance. Stay strong in your stance with everything. All right. A lot of this has a lot to do with in the next few weeks. We're going to be having that new moon. Full moon in Virgo. And so that's why I say the honesty, the honor, the power in your relationships are important, because as Pisces season is approaching, a lot of faith and trust is going to be needed in your relationships. Okay. So that's why I say Pisces is a very beautiful sign. Okay, a very poetic, shiny little sign, but Pisces, it can also be a very foggy sign. Okay, you don't know what's real and you don't know what's fake. And so that's why this month was being able to see, and the retrograde was right on time, right before Pisces season, because Pisces season is the end of the cycle for the whole zodiac before we go into the new year with Aries. And so you want to pay attention to the things that are taking place now during this retrograde, because you're going to see why. So that's why I always tell people, understand the music of the zodiac. When you start to learn the words to the song and you start to really understand astrology and astronomy and how everything is working, you're not shocked about anything. You get to be a whole master. And so, like me, I don't even use a watch. It's not even for stylish reason. I am the time. When you realize you are the time and you're never going to be late, okay, you don't need certain things anymore. You don't have to check the time for things anymore. And so that's what makes you stand in your power and once again be more and more of a master. Because only a slave is checking the time and rushing and, oh shoot, I gotta hurry up. Yeah, see? And so that's what time is. That's what it does. It measures you. And if you are your own ruler, nobody can measure you but you. And so nobody can tell you what time to be there and what late looks like but you. And so that's why I say be a whole master out here and be time. And so that you can do what you need to do and be free. And everything happens when it's supposed to happen. So don't move too fast and don't move too slow. And so I always say, and this is a great meditation, act like everything is your first time doing it and your last time doing it. So it adds more quality to everything that you're doing. If you act like you ain't gonna never talk to this person again, and you act like it's your first time talking to this person, it puts quality into it. When I hug my children and kiss my children, I don't know whose children they are, but I also hug them like I ain't gonna never see them again because it adds more quality to it. Okay, my clients, I don't care if they've been a client for 3 years. Hey, how you doing? Never talked to you before, but when we get off the phone, I never know when I'll talk to you again. And so this is why you put more quality in everything you do. When you sip your coffee, you sip your tea, you eat your food. That is a beautiful meditation, and I've been doing that for like 5 years. It adds more quality every time you deal with people, every time you do things. When you pretend, and you know, as if you're never going to do it again, you just like, boom, 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 boom. Everything has quality to it now, and there's more intention towards what you're doing. And so it's a beautiful thing to do, and it's a beautiful way to live, but also there's purpose in everything that you're doing after that. Most definitely. Peace and love, Riri. Let me see here. Peace and love, everybody. So yeah, take this time. Like I just met a new friend in the past couple of days. I'm going to an event. I'm very much aligned. It's in my chart. So those are the things that's supposed to be happening, you guys. Meeting new people. Yeah, it's taking a chance because you don't know them like that. So I always say that stranger danger, fine. But also, staying around the same people all day, you're not going to grow all the time. And some of those people are not always going to be having your back. That's why I say the word friend is subjective. And so right now in life, we're looking for business partners. We're looking for partnerships. Okay? Friends and enemies sometimes mean the same thing. So we're just looking for people who align with us and who bring their end of the table, and we just go home and go to bed. I don't know what you do behind closed doors. I don't know what you do. All I know is this is what I do. And when we come together, this is what we do. All right. And so, staying behind closed doors and keeping your business is a thing. And that's why business and personal is a thing. But you excel so much more when you keep what's yours, and everything personal, you guys. Hey, peace and love, Tam. That's my cousin, you guys, that's my cousin. But so that's very fruitful for me. I know that has really helped me with my success. You ain't got to be everybody's best friend. Business is business. You don't have to be everybody's best friend. You don't have to be all at their house. You ain't got to chill. They don't got to know you smoke, drink. They don't got to know none of your personal business, because that's where stuff gets messy. All right. And so I'm just saying that for myself. It's not a lot of people that can say they've hung out with me. Okay. But they can say they've gotten a reading with me or they've done some work with me. But that just keeps everything intact, keeps everything in place. You don't know what's going on in my house. I don't know what's going on in yours. But like I said, when we come together, business is business. Everybody is happy. And sometimes it's just important like that. So that's why I say pay attention and make sure everything is business, and it's easier to get the business done when everything is just simply business. Your relationship with the divine is the most important relationship you're ever going to have. And that's the one you should preserve the most. People are going to change. Things are not always going to be the same. And so that's why I say your relationship with God, Allah, the divine, your higher power, however you go about it, Buddha, the whole deal, the point is that's going to be the most constant relationship, because God is always going to be constant. Okay, man changes. Man is not going to be not going to be the same. But your relationship with Allah, your relationship with the divine, that is a constant thing. That's something that is never going to change. It's no different from your breathing. Okay, and so that's a constant thing. That's not something you have to ask for every day. So that's why I say your medulla oblongata is very powerful, because that's not something you have to ask for. You don't have to ask, should I cough right now? Should I do this? Those are things you do naturally to always keep your airways free. And so this is why your relationship with the divine is important, because why? It has a lot to do with your airways and your respiratory system. And so your body systems is a part of the divine. Your body systems is talking about the astrological systems. All of these things are the same, you guys. So that's the math of it. But your influence on everybody and everything that you're doing is quite okay. But in lower self, if you're not being the influencer, you're being influenced. And so just be mindful. And when you are the influencer, make sure there's beautiful intent behind what you're doing. Because like I say, when you throw rocks, the universe is always going to ask later who threw that rock. And so if you do something, what goes up must come down. You have to think about that and how you handle people, deal with people, how you do business, your children, like all of those things matter. And so that's why I say the shadow work is, I'll attract beautiful things when I'm a beautiful person. I attract repulsive things when I'm a repulsive person. And are you a repulsive person? I don't know. How has your month went? And that's why I say you get to be honest with yourself. Let's go back through the month. How many messed up things have happened to you? So that means in the past 6 months you've been dirty. Okay, because this doesn't just happen. All right, and so the universe is just like your mama. I'm only popping you on the butt because you did something wrong. All right, so the retrograde is let me see if you can acknowledge where you may have went wrong. And so that's really all it is, and just cleaning up that area so you can go back outside and play. All is well. All right. Last thing, when I say going back to influencers, all right, and what you put on people and how people follow you, people with a lot of followers and followings and all of those things, that is a beautiful thing, especially when people tie into your energy and they want to be tied into you, or they want to follow you and see the things that you're doing and up to. That's quite fantastic, and you're standing in your power. However, you want to understand how much power you actually have, because you have influence over other people. A lot of people are lost and they are watching you. Okay, so integrity is very important. All right, and so when we talk about levers, we talk about levels, we talk about all those things, but levers just move things. Okay, leverage moves people. And so when you're a powerful person, you can move people. You don't have to worry about pushing buttons and moving things. And it can be just with your words. And so you have to think about the power of your words, the power of your expressions, and what you attract. All is well, you guys. And so it's a responsibility. All of us want to be somebody. We all want to be big. We all want to be seen. We all want to be known. All right. But known for what? And solve for what? Because other people know things about us. So that's why I say, you want to make sure that there's integrity in what you're doing. As much as you're in front of the light, all right, you can also burn just as fast. And so we have to pay attention to that so that you can really be honoring yourself, honoring your assignment, and you can stick around a lot longer with what you're doing. All right, because a lot of people going out of business and it ain't got nothing to do with COVID. All right, it got everything to do with their spirit. Okay, and so you have to pay attention to that as well. All is well, you guys. I hope you enjoyed this new moon in Aquarius. Like I say, it's a new cycle, starting over and starting fresh. Some people had to go. Some people are moving in. So these are new friends, and some of these people are old friends. And that's why the retrograde is telling you to scan all of them. Scan everybody, okay? And the things that have gone wrong, scan that too, because you needed it. You needed to see it, all right? And everything that went in your favor, we're grateful for it. And like I say, that puts us in a very magical and beautiful place for Pisces season. So Pisces season starts next week, all right? This is the last week for Aquarius season altogether. All those other planets are still going to be in Aquarius. Of course, the moon is moving and the sun is going to be moving, but those other planets are going to be there, you guys, especially Jupiter and Saturn for the rest of the year. And so you want to pay attention to that because it still means a lot. That's why this month of Aquarius season was so very important. All is well, sis. I'm going to get with you tomorrow. We're going to get together tomorrow and have a good time. So don't worry about it. You can watch the live back or however. But all is well. I'm going to go ahead and go. But I hope y'all have a good night. Peace and love.